Hey guys, so I want to I want to make like a quick video and you know, I saw the Grammys last night and they were talking about, all the Grammy speeches and stuff and what people were saying. And I just want to talk about some of the political stuff that was said. Obviously, I don't want to be some big political guy, I just want to, post music and all that, but I felt, such a burden about this, and I kind of just want um, to just say what I thought about everything that's been said, in the comment sections of the videos and all that. So I am a Republican, and I'm a Christian first and foremost, but I am a Republican because of the things that Republicans believe and everything that I've been taught from when I was young. And just talking about all of the ICE stuff, um, you know, I feel like all of these federal agencies like ICE and like the Office of President has been so disrespected and mistreated over the past few years. Um, I think that all of the things that are have been coming out about racism and stuff has really put people on edge to the point where people get offended about a lot, and people also get misinformed about so much that is going on. Um, and I just wanted to say that like ICE, they're doing a good thing. Um, when I read the Bible, God does not say that love your neighbor has to absolutely align with just letting people do whatever they want because you love them, or not calling them out on sin or punishing them. And ICE isn't doing anything wrong. What ICE is doing is they're seeing that people are here illegally and they are righting a wrong. People should not be here illegally because you cannot have the chaos of people just jumping the fence and coming in and trying to live this new life. We have things in place and in order so that, we have protected citizens. There have been crimes committed by illegal immigrants, and that's why we are pushing back against this so that we can protect our citizens from these things. Um, and I feel like ICE agents are being so disrespected because they're coming in, and every day it feels like there's a new death threat and there's a new opportunity to get killed or mutilated or have lies being spread about you. And they have families. They have homes, they have places they go back to at night. And it feels unfair that they have these orders and they have these things that they have to do that are, mind you, the right thing to do. No matter how you feel, it is the right thing to do. And they're getting, the spread lies are being spread about them. Like, killing innocent citizens. They're not doing that. Um, that lady that was killed, she was trying to run over him with their car. Um, and you can check out the video. I know there's a small clip of him shooting her that circulated, but when you watch the actual clip, she tried to run him over with the car and he had to shoot and kill her so that he didn't die. He was protecting himself. And that little boy that was put into ICE custody, his father left him, and the ICE is trying to protect him and find the best home for him and trying to make sure that he isn't put in the wrong hands. And they're not, capturing him. They're not trying to imprison him or kill him. They're just trying to help him. And it just seems unfair that all of these things are going on when you really just have to check the facts. And, this country is doing the right thing. Just like a father would try to protect his children and his wife from people that are breaking into his home. Donald Trump is trying to protect his citizens against people that are trying to break into this country illegally. And I only think it's fair that just like you would call the cops when someone breaks into your home, that we would deport someone that's breaking into this country. You can't have a double standard against, situations like this because it's the same exact thing. And the other thing that I have a problem with is people disrespecting our president. You know, if you were a boss at your company and you heard an employee talking bad about you and disrespecting you openly to other employees in your company, you would obviously fire him. And now, while the president does not have the authority to fire you, I mean, to take you out of the country or put you in jail for saying these things, it's about the premise that you have to respect your president, whether he respects you or not, because he is a God given authority. He is over you, he rules over you as a president. And he is also not a tyrannical leader. He's not Hitler who is deceiving you or trying to put you under his control. He is trying to control, protests that are becoming harmful. He is trying to control media outlets that are spreading lies about him. And he is trying to control all of these people that are, you know, that are trying to talk smack about him and trying to disrespect him because he understands that his leadership has to be upheld and his respect has to be upheld as he leads this country. You know, just like as a employer, you want to be respected within your company. A president wants to be respected within his country. And he is not at all infringing on rights in any of this. You have the right to be here legally, and you do not have the right to be here illegally. And also, you do not have the God-given or constitutional right to have freedom of speech against your president. Now, you're allowed to do that. It doesn't mean you have the right to do that. Rights and allowances are two totally different things. You have the allowance to do something, you do not have the right to do this. And that is something that gets skewed in our public eye. You do not have the right to disrespect your authority, but you have the allowance by the Constitution and freedom of speech to do it. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's honorable. It doesn't mean it's righteous or holy or just to do those things. I will never disrespect Biden, though he was a bad president, because he was our authority. And I will never disrespect Trump, even though he does not have the best character. He insults people at times, but I do know that he is trying his best to serve our country, and I will respect him. I will respect ICE agents because they're trying to do the right thing, they're doing their job, and they have families where they cannot afford for their children to see people disrespecting them and dishonoring them in their position. It's wrong. And things like this get frustrating because people have double standards, like Billie Eilish saying that we're on stolen land. If you're on stolen land, why don't you leave? And just different things like that kind of get under my skin because you don't have to be here. You don't have to speak out against our country. You also don't have the right to speak out against our country with misinformed ideas and ideologies. You know, you have to be able to read from every outlet, to read from every book, every article, and then if you still disagree, then you say something. But just saying something for the sake of, you know, hearing a lie and just deciding to spread it forward because you think it's the truth, that's not right. Because then the people that believe you are also spreading lies. ICE agents aren't hurting people, they're not executing people, they're not deporting legal Americans. All they're doing is creating order and trying to make sure that the illegal people that are infringing on the rights of legal people are going back to the country where they belong. The people that are being deported, they are safe, they are taken care of, they're not imprisoned or murdered, they are being treated like human beings that should not be there. They're basically like being shown to the door, you know? Nothing wrong is going on here. So, I know this isn't the type of video that I would normally post, but I just felt burdened because we shouldn't be doing stuff like this in our country. And we shouldn't feel the need to speak out against people just because we don't agree to the point of disrespect. And we should not have riots as opposed to peaceful protests either, because we don't have the right to do that. And the government has the right to shut that down by any means necessary to protect the rights of the citizens that are being peaceful and are working within their rights. So I just hope you take that information, and if you disagree, that's fine. That doesn't mean you have to let me know about it, in the comment section or anything like that, or try to argue with me. I'm just trying to speak the truth to the best of my ability. And if you agree, drop a like or whatever you want to do. But I just hope that you take this into consideration the next time you post something, or you um, say something in public, or say a comment on a video or something. Just keep this in mind, that uh, you still have to respect your authorities and treat them like human beings, because the president is serving our country. So I just hope you take that into consideration, and I'll be posting new music soon. Thank you.